Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gearhead Perspective. This is Bo.
This is Fro.
And there's John.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
It's going awesome.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I had a long, stupid weekend, and yeah, I don't even.
Well, if it helps, you look tired. So
Yeah, and old. You look
And
old.
so it's perfect.
Thanks, guys.
That
That's
shirt's
the morale
older than
booster I
your
needed.
youngest kids.
This shirt,
like that?
it's funny because I've worn this shirt like 3 different shows now, and
Yeah.
let's be dead honest about this. When we started doing this, that's what we pictured. We pictured the Chief and Sean show, and we're just not.
No.
Nah, turns out no.
Turns out no.
Turns out they do a lot more cool stuff than we do.
Yeah, we don't do near that much cool stuff.
Yeah. We would though,
Yeah.
if given the opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Anyway.
so as we start this show, I want to jump in, and I want to issue kind of a broad sweep apology, and all of this hinges around my wife. I apologize. When we did our last show, we talked about how we take it for granted. Sometimes there are some things that we take for granted when we're in the shop, when we're doing hot rod stuff, when we're talking to non-car people, and apparently she assumed that I was saying she was dumb, and I was not. And I pointed that out to her by saying what was intended with the statement is that sometimes we talk to people like they know what we're talking about, and we assume they know what we're talking about, and sometimes they don't know what we're talking about. And she goes, well, I just feel like you were kind of insinuating that like I just wasn't on the same level as you. And I said, I tell you what, let's walk out to your car and you show me where your intake manifold is.
okay.
She goes, it's on the top. And I go, okay. Now see, when I said that, when you say something like that, you assume somebody knows what you're talking about. I'm not saying that, and this goes to anybody who heard the last episode and kind of took it this way. I'm not saying that when car people talk to non-car people that they feel like non-car people are stupid. I'm saying that when car people talk to non-car people, sometimes we say things assuming that everyone around us knows what we're talking about. And the car thing is it's learned. You have to be into it, and you have to want to learn something about it.
I don't think those people are stupid at all. I just wonder what they do with their time.
Now, that being said, I think there are some people that, like, I wonder how they make it through life at all. However, the last show was about nothing to do with that. It was just
the last show we didn't do a great job. We were supposed to talk about what we take for granted that we do on our own.
Yeah.
Like labor wise.
Yeah.
Right.
I can paint my car at home. You know what I mean? Not everybody can do that.
Wish I could paint my car at home.
Yeah, I can paint your car at my home or your home.
Yeah.
If you want. But I didn't know we were talking about that was going to be like talking to other people. You know, it is what it is. There's plenty of things I can talk about my job to you guys. And you probably have no idea what the hell I'll be talking about. And likewise to either one of you. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It's what you're into. So what I respect is the people that want to hear about the cars and will sit and listen to me talk for 30 minutes the whole time going, yeah, oh, cool, yeah, and just let me get it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that.
That's a hidden talent.
Yeah. I do it to other people for them, though. I do the same thing. Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, taxes. Neat.
Nice.
Let's all pay more of those.
Did you say 1099? Woo, woo. No. Anyway.
So talking about that and talking about things that we sometimes take for granted. Bo, how's things coming along on the car?
Good, man. I mean, get it good and get it running, and then what do? We tear it apart, right? That's the rules.
Step 1, fix it. Step 2, F it up.
Yeah. No, so just recently, I'm not gonna go over the whole thing again. I got the Terminator X on the car. We got it tuned. Um, it's running probably better than it's ever ran before. Only to find out that now the torque converter that I knew has always been wrong for the car is absolutely wrong for the car.
Super wrong.
So an easy fix would be order a torque converter for the 704 that was in the car, put it in there, and be done. Right? Yeah.
To an
But
extent.
I have future goals with this car, so I had a really nice, and I was corrected today by the man who originally bought the transmission that's in my car now. It is not a Super Street Fighter. It's not a TCI Super Street Fighter. It is just a TCI competition Turbo 400. So he said the torque converter is a TCI Super Street Fighter torque converter, but the transmission is a competition. That's why it has no provisions for a speedometer. So no mechanical speedo for me, but no, yeah. So we pulled Jimmy let me use his lift and helped me a ton today, and also Mike helped out quite a bit. Went over there this morning, first thing this morning, 8 o'clock, 8:15 was over at Jimmy's shop. Put the car up on the lift, got the old transmission out, got the turbo 400 up in there. Everything went nice and smooth, man. I ordered the cross member and the frame extension. I had literally everything, dipstick, transmission fluid. I had everything. The only thing I didn't already have that I didn't think I needed was and me and Fro were talking about this before we started recording, was the bolts for the trans mount, the 2 bolts that go up. I didn't have those because I assumed they would be the same from the 700 to the Turbo 400. Yeah. Well, they are not. They're different. So, excuse me, I did have to run to Ace, or Mike ran me to Ace because I didn't have a car, and got me the hardware that I needed. But other than that, I mean, I've been up some new hard lines, I run the brake line, the hard lines from the transmission around the exhaust for, instead of running rubber lines the whole way because of heat. I got those ran. The only thing that really I have left to do is put my exhaust up, hook up the linkage for the shifter linkage, which is already ran down there. I just need to physically hook it up and adjust it. And then I'm taking my drive shaft tomorrow to a local place I actually have to have it lengthened by about 3 inches. So
seems about right.
Yeah. So, but once that's done, hopefully that'll only take a couple days. So hopefully Thursday, I'll be able to go back up there. And by then I'm going to go up there tomorrow and put the exhaust up and do the other little stuff that I can do. And then hopefully come Thursday, hopefully by Friday, the latest, I throw the cross member in and we're going to go see how big of a difference, a closer to what it should be converter and just a better transmission to do what we're trying to do.
Now you say that the easy way would be to go ahead and replace the converter on the 700R4.
Yeah.
And just do that. Either way, you're pulling the transmission.
I mean, I don't know. Do you have to? Can you slide the 700 back far enough to get a converter in and out? No.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been easier still.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have to swap out cross members. Everything would have been an R&R is always easier than a total swap.
Yeah, and I just used the cheap Jegs cross member and I forget what brand. Jegs was out of their frame extension, but another brand of frame extension. Like I said, man, it was all relatively easy. And, me and Mike were talking and Mike was telling me, I said, man, today went pretty good, pretty easy, really. Like went no big surprises or whatever. And, and he pointed it out. He's like, it's because you bought the right stuff. You did your homework. You brought everything you needed. You brought, and he made a good point. He said, we haven't, our group as a whole, we haven't always been great about that. You know what I mean? We're not afraid. We've never been afraid to spend a little bit of money or what little money we had on our hot rods or projects, but we had issues in the past of just jumping in too quick and just buying whatever without doing some research and really, or using the right stuff. We'll buy the universal cross member and we'll make it work. Yeah, because it's $50 cheaper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm guilty of that. I know all of us are at some point. But buying the right stuff that's for this car, for this make, for this transmission. I mean, everything just it worked out. And like I said, Fro and I were talking before the show. This wagon has just always always been easy to work on. This thing, it wants to be worked on. When we very first put the motor and transmission the first time, it just slid into place and like fell in. We didn't have to move anything around, bolts lined up. It just always been, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, everything went great, man. It was a really good day, good productive day. So I'm stoked. I'm ready to go see the difference.
So. Is having you're using a lift to do this?
Yeah.
Do you think this would have been twice as much of a pain if you didn't have a lift? Do you think you would have even tried to tackle this without a lift?
Yeah, of course I would have tackled it. Transmission jacks are pretty awesome too.
So,
but
yeah, I've done a ton of them on just like if I did mine right now, it'd be on a floor jack.
And yeah, floor jack with a piece of wood or something you found to balance.
Yeah, for sure. On like that. But did you have a transmission jack to be able to pull that thing out, or did you guys just kind of shimmy, shake?
That's what I was saying. Let's talk about some tools that'd be nice to have.
Yeah,
you don't have or don't think you need till you need them. And one of them is, Jimmy's got this nice new lift. It's awesome and everything. He's got a nice workspace and everything. But what he hasn't invested in yet, and I might try to help the guy out. I might actually go buy him one of these deals for letting me use his lift. But I don't know what they're called. They go underneath the lift, they spin, and they go, they adjust, and you can hold exhaust to weld, or, like today would have been to balance the transmission and why we lowered it down. We didn't have that. And I called Devin, and Devin said I could run by a shop and grab a couple of those deals. What we ended up doing, screwed, perfect. It's Jimmy, he likes to solve problems. So we ended up using an aluminum ladder.
Yeah.
And then we put a piece of like big square tubing on top of that ladder. And then pulled everything away, or Mike, worked the lift, lifted it up while me and Jimmy balanced the transmission on this ladder.
At any point was somebody on all fours and somebody else standing on that guy?
No, but we should
on anybody's shoulders.
If Fro would have been there, somebody would have been. But it actually worked out really good. Mike lifted up, we bounced the transmission, we picked the transmission up, Mike grabbed the ladder, me and Jimmy sat the transmission on the floor. Nobody got hurt. It was relatively uneventful. Nobody panicked or struggled or whatever. So, man, it went pretty good.
Did you video any of this?
No, man. I was covered. I was dirty the whole time.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
I know, man. If I had a GoPro, I would have set it up. We'd had a time lapse of us a clown show.
Are you guys seeing a weird video thing going on with mine?
Yeah, you got split screen.
Yeah, it's super hilarious. I just took a picture of it because I just wanted to make fun of you for it later. But I guess since you're doing it now, we're good.
So
I'm gonna exit the studio and come back.
Whoop, Fro's gone. Let's talk about him.
Yeah. So what he said.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
I didn't do anything.
No, you're good. You'll be fine. Just sit over to this side so we can see like you and you together.
Hey, just line yourself up with it.
Try to kiss yourself.
Hey, just tilt like this, and it looked like you got two heads.
Yeah.
You guys continue with the recording here.
We're gonna continue, but what a way to break in. We haven't talked about it, but I'm pretty sure this deal is going to be on the YouTubes. This is our first YouTube video. I feel like
we all know how good looking we are, and we want to make sure everybody else does as well.
Well, see, Fro's getting greedy. He's got 2 pictures of himself.
Yeah. I need a little mannequin of myself beside myself here.
I'm gonna get a cardboard cutout.
I need to go pee or something. I can just slide that guy over.
If I can get a cardboard cutout and keep back here during the shows, that would be cool.
Like we could high five.
Yeah.
Me and myself. Yeah.
Oh, he switched cameras.
Yeah, we've done this on audio for quite some time. Several episodes in. A lot of people, when we talk about the show, it's okay. Where can I find that at? Is it on YouTube? Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't say we got to say nah. You got to go over here and look for it.
Right.
And oddly enough, and I'm also guilty of this. Most of the podcasts I listen to now are video podcasts. They're all on YouTube. Cooper's podcast is on YouTube. I'm big on the Tin Soldiers podcast. I watch his religiously on the YouTube. I'm all over the Wes Buck show. As soon as my phone notifies me on Wednesday, sitting right there at my desk, I watch it live, which I start watching it live, and then I usually get interrupted, and then I probably finish at about 8 o'clock at night. But but they're, long story less long, they're all on YouTube.
Yeah. And we've talked about doing this for a while. And I know one of my deals, I want a good video for our first video on YouTube. And for us, I feel like we've got quite a bit of footage saved up right now. We're still getting everything worked out with how we're going to get that edited and blah, blah, blah. So for now, we decided, man, we're just going to do it. Let's just put some video up and I whatever. And Fro might join us again and be part of the show if he gets it figured out. But if not, this is still going up there. So
and it'll be fine.
Yeah. But anyway, till he gets back, did you do anything fun this weekend?
Man, I actually went to the PEM Racing, Performance Engineering Manufacturing. These guys, if you're in need of they're like a Quick Performance, but they're right here in my backyard.
Yeah.
And a big, impressive facility, super cool. I was in need of some gears a few weeks ago, and I called them and I was like, hey, do you guys carry gears for a Ford 9-inch? And they kind of laughed. And after going there which I went there that day and picked up a set of 410s, and they said, hey, come back for this deal on whatever day Saturday was, and we're having an open house, car show, tours, blah blah blah. And I went back, and that was super impressive. Like they got a pretty cool setup going. It's obvious why they kind of chuckled when I asked if they had 9-inch parts,
right?
Because they got all the 9-inch parts: carbon fiber drive shafts, aluminum drive shafts.
Man, it's too bad you didn't know about these guys a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, I mean, not that I have any allegiance to anybody, but I ordered all of my stuff for my rear end from Quick Performance, and had I known they were there, I probably would have formed a relationship with somebody that's right there in my backyard.
Right? Yeah.
Because
but still, you've got some nice equipment. There's nothing wrong with what you have. It's good stuff.
No, I got some really good. I got a super nice housing. It's most impressive housing I've ever had in any of my hot rod stuff. Yeah. And
just knowing, like you said, you got those guys in your backyard for any future parts you may need, man. It's right there.
Yeah. There was they had a really cool open house. You could go through and see all their stuff, where they put the stuff together. I really liked seeing some of their cool jigs and like weldments that they had made for fabricating housings. That was cool.
So are they like an all-in-one where they actually produce parts there, build parts there, and machine there? And
yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. They do it all right there. It was pretty cool. And that they had a car show, and they had a section of just show like street cars. They had a section of race cars. They had a section of like rock bouncers and Jeeps and stuff. They were out there crushing cars and having a big old time. It was a pretty fun time.
Yeah.
Drawings and giveaways and cool stuff.
Very cool.
And it was pretty cool because we were able to just jump in the car and cruise down pretty much Route 66 the whole way down to St. Clair, shot over to Union, and got a tank of fuel and back on Route 65. Oh yeah.
Good. Fro, you get it figured out there, buddy?
I got it figured out. I don't know what happened there, but I'm
that's
back.
Fine. You just added some drama to what we brought up while you were gone. You added some drama to our first YouTube video, right? So
yes.
John kind of went over, we talked about a bit. We've been talking about doing this for a while. It was kind of time just to jump in, right?
Absolutely.
feet first and just let's break the seal, and get it going.
And besides the fact that we've talked about doing this for a while, there's been a couple videos that we've made while doing these podcasts that we were like, man, we're going to throw this up. This is going to be awesome. And we go back and we watch it, and it's not so much. And
you guys have watched it. I haven't seen any of the footage. I just know there's probably a couple hours of footage combined that we probably really could turn into something once we figure out how to edit videos.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
There's just right now is prime season. We're all working on our stuff, man. I know a lot of things have changed with your car, John. I've made a ton of changes with mine. Fro's working on 2 cars, a car and a truck. He's got double duty going.
So
trying to split your love. One of them's going to catch on, and it's going to tick them off. Just let you know.
So I want to get into the truck because that was my big adventure for the weekend. Yes. John,
I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll see you guys later.
Well, see you later.
So I engaged in something that I have never engaged in before. I don't do Facebook Marketplace. You guys both do Facebook Marketplace. And I found a flare side bed for my truck because I like the flare sides better. Bo has expressed to me how much he does not like the flare sides with an extended cab.
There we go. Yes.
My wife cabs, I think they look good. My wife has expressed exactly how much she hates the flare side bed altogether. So I'm batting 1,000. I'm going to go ahead and roll with this. So I've been looking for a flare side bed, and that flare side bed.
Sorry,
I've been looking for a flare side bed, and I've been hitting some of the local salvage yards and U-Pullets and stuff like that. And they all run somewhere in the $400 range, and they're all the wrong color. So I found one that was the right color. And,
you got a white one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you got a color match bed.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, good for you.
Hold on, I'm not done.
You're just trying to cut me out of everything, aren't you, you son of a? All right, gotcha.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Did you pick up a new best friend while you were gone? Okay, cool.
He's gonna set it and forget it.
And forget it.
All right, back to it.
So I text the guy who has the bed. The bed is full of parts, and he wants $600 for the bed and the parts. So I shoot him a message, and I was like, "Man, how much would you take for just the bed and the bumper and the taillights? That's really all I want." Guy texts me back. He said, "Man, it's all got to go. I got to get it off my property. I'm tired of looking at it. $300, come get it all." I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll take it." So I go borrow a trailer, hook it to the truck, and this is where the adventure begins because this is where I left Bo. Hook the trailer up, start hauling. It's going to be about an hour and 45 minutes, somewhere around there, to get to where I'm going. Leave, and I'm trying to outrun daylight because I don't know. Like as soon as we plugged in the plug for the lights, there's already a problem because I don't have any running lights.
You had blinkers and you had brake lights.
I had blinkers and I had brake lights.
That's it.
So I hit the road. I get to Lebanon, where the truck bed is at. I get turned around and I get lost for a second, and then I drive right past the truck bed that I want. Turn around, I go back to it, which is saying a lot because this is the first time, and I'm sorry, I may have lost some of my street credit here. This is my first time pulling a trailer. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. This is my first time pulling trailers.
How have we been friends this long in this group and you've never what?
Because I've always had a friend.
This is all news to me. What
is this true?
I have always had a friend who would pull the trailer for me. Never had to pull one.
I'm pretty sure the week I got my driver's license, I had to haul a load of bricks to Tulsa and unload them and haul that. It's like a 1-ton truck and a gooseneck trailer. They're like, "Here, you go do this deal."
Yeah, seems fine.
Yeah. This is all news to me. I had no idea. A lot of other things make more sense now.
But wait, there's more. So I get I get there, and it's just a hulk of a man, and he's like, bed's over there, and I go over there and I look at the bed. I was like, all right, I'll take it. So he gets on his cell phone, calls 4 people. I'm not going to use a derogatory term, but from the hills, they came down. They loaded the bed onto the trailer. I strap it down, and I'm trying to get out of there as fast as I can. And I have to do like a 35-point turn with the trailer to get out of this guy's yard so that I can get the truck bed on the road headed back to my house. And I'm trying to outrun daylight here because at this point I realize while I'm backing up, I have no lights whatsoever on the trailer. Whatever light I had is now gone.
Oh no.
Something has gone wrong in the plug on my truck, and now I have nothing. So get on the road, start moving. Made it to the Oklahoma state line before I finally turned my headlights on, only to realize there's no light whatsoever on the trailer. Roll into Miami just as the sun is setting. Get over to the house, drop off the truck bed, drop the trailer off at Jimmy's house. And this is how much I've not pulled a trailer in my life. I get to Jimmy's and he's like, yeah, just back it in right over here. And I was like, yeah, okay. I've only backed the trailer up once and it was earlier today. I know I'm not going to put this trailer where you want it. So he hops in the truck, backs the trailer up. We drop the trailer. Go back to the house, pull some of the parts out of the back of the truck that might be useful. I feel like I got a pretty square deal, but it was a very stressful day for me because, first of all, I'm an idiot who went into the hills of Missouri to buy a truck bed by myself.
Didn't even take any tools.
Second of all, but I didn't take a single tool. I did not take a thing with me.
That's why you need me and John with you on this stuff. And I feel bad. I feel bad, but not to date the show but I don't care. You can't schedule pickups on Bedlam. Okay, this was the last one. There's not gonna be another Bedlam.
You can't even schedule weddings during college football. I get that. I understand that. The deal came up.
Not college football, Fro. It's Bedlam. There's a big
yeah, that's. I'm saying, hold on. Let's clarify. Guy. If it was a regular day, if it was a regular game, I would have went. You know what I mean? No problem. Yeah. And I got tools, so we'd have been safe against those huge mountain people.
Yeah,
it was one huge mountain person and 4 wiry people who just crawled out of the
Hey, did they load a bed up on your trailer?
Yes, they did.
There you go. They're great people then.
Yeah.
No, they're awesome people. I'll be honest with you. I was scared to death because I was. This looked like the beginning of a horror movie. Yeah. But yeah, these guys just came out of the woods out of nowhere. Walk up, grab the truck bed, drop it down on the trailer, and turn around and went right back into the woods.
Okay, I'm still waiting to hear the crappy part.
Is you had some backup?
Okay, so now. Here's the crappy part.
Yeah, I knew.
John, I'm going to acknowledge what you said here in just a minute. I swear.
Okay.
So there was some crafty camera work that went on with this truck bed because, Bo, I'm going to need your help.
Ooh, it's already light.
One bedside looks really good.
Oh.
The other bedside, not so much. The other bedside is. It's got a couple cracks in it. It's got one solid break in it. They're down low, so they should be repairable. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Easy. That's no problem. That's easy. Easy to deal with.
And then there's like a little brush up where it kind of scratched pretty deep into that bedside. Which they're on that truck. They're a composite bedside, so surely we can fix that. But. Yeah,
welding will be fine.
As much as I wanted to buy a truck bed and just slap it on the truck and be done with it, and not bother my friend to repaint it, I'm going to have to bother you.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
But Marketplace is not for me. I'm not Marketplace people.
Me and John are
Marketplace is where it's at.
Yeah. I've looked at Marketplace 3 times since we've been recording.
Yeah,
Like
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Like when we went with John to get that big block that was like we assumed it was going to be out of the car, like sitting on the ground or on the garage floor. And we get there and there's no garage. And not only is it still in the car, but he can fire it up. Like I feel like that was kind of sketchy at the house that didn't technically have an address.
Yeah.
But there were 3 of us. So I didn't feel so bad about that one. Like we're all having a good laugh at this one. We all would have had a pretty good laugh at this truck bed thing if I would have had other people there with me. But no, it had to fall on Bedlam weekend.
Sorry, man. I do feel bad about it. If it makes any difference at all, I actually do feel bad.
You tried to send me to get it. You're like, hey man, you coming to town? Because if you are, I need you to swing by and pick up this truck bed.
Well, I had every intention of meeting you if you were going to be headed to town, because I was at the very least I wanted to be there to see like the condition of the bed or something like that. But I did call John and I was like, hey man, like on the off chance, are you maybe coming to town this weekend? And he's like, no. Hey, I was like, okay, cool.
What all was in the bed? Just parts, or they use it for like partial trash too?
So
I'd like to take a guess at what was in there.
Please take a guess.
Well, I mean, tell me the situation first. I need to know.
Okay, so
were there pieces of a high lift jack in there?
I'm gonna guess there's at least 3 towels that were smushed down.
Yeah, smushed towels for sure.
Yeah.
No towels.
Okay.
Most of what was in the truck. So here's the story. The guy, one of his bullies was
broken 4-wheeler plastics.
No.
Okay.
One of his guys, one of his bullies was he had blown the motor up in this truck and he was getting ready to haul it off to the salvage yard, and the guy was like, hey, let me pull some of the good pieces off of it. And he pulled the good pieces off, threw them in the bed, and sent the rest of the truck off to the salvage yard.
Man, I bet the rest of that truck was a jewel. Here's the good stuff. Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I didn't look. Like when I got there, I was in such a hurry that I looked at the condition of the bed and I was like, well, it's fixable. I'm going to roll with it. Let's get it on the trailer. Here's your money. I'll see you later. So I didn't look in the bed of the truck until I got to my mom's house where I dropped it off, which no one's ever going to notice it was there because there's quite a bit of stuff already in that spot. So I take the trailer, drop it off at Jimmy's. I go back to the house. I shine the headlights on the bed of the truck, on the truck bed that I bought, and start grabbing parts that I think might be worth something or might be worth saving from rain. 2 new door panels, which oddly enough, my truck needed new door panels. They're the right color. Everything's correct. A couple mirrors. A grill off of this truck that has obviously been horribly painted flat black. Taillights, bumper, bed, and then random sensors. The guy had gone through and like pulled knock sensors out and cam sensors.
Who needs them?
That's kind of where I'm at with it. But he did get the wiring harness for the taillights. And the funny thing is, on my way home, after dropping everything off, I figured out that I didn't have brake lights on my 2 taillights. I just had it on the 3rd brake light. There were some wiring issues on the truck, and I wound up taking care of those today. That's what I spent most of today doing, laying under the truck, working on wiring, working on problems that I found while I was on this trip. So that was my day. That was oh, and the fuel and the K&N fuel injection performance kit intake tube. Of course, there's one of those in there. So forgot about
All right,
that.
Bo.
I got to throw that in there.
Have we timed out? I just want to say now, if you like hearing stories about random crap on Froze F-150, just bleep bloop it down in the comments there. 'Cause, I really want to know if I'm really. I don't know if you guys can tell, but one of my favorite things in the world is giving Fro crap about that F-150.
I think Fro's actually going to start another show just
Like
about
F-150s are
Diaries.
us, like everything F-150.
Just F-150 Diaries. Just,
The F-150 diaries.
I can't.
Or like a mini series that turned into like a Friends length series on how to do brake lines.
brake lines, fuel systems, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign back off of here. Let's call this video problems. I'll see you guys later.
Well, see you later.
But no, as far as the Fairlane, I haven't got anything done on that lately.
So Saturday before you did all that, we went on a Hot Rod Central. They decided they're going to start doing a monthly cruise, the first Saturday of every month. People get together and meet up at Hot Rod Central. Leave what we left at 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and we all lined up. How many cars were there? 10 to 14, something like that.
Somewhere in that area. I shared the video on our Facebook page.
Yeah. There's some really cool cars there too.
The video does cover all of the cars that were there at that time.
So we met up there and took off from Hot Rod Central, and we took the long way over to a little town near us called Cleora, and we ate at a restaurant bar called the Drunken Rooster. It's actually really good. It wasn't bad. It was a nice drive. The weather was amazing. Nobody had any issues. It was a nice, calm, easy cruise there, and Fro and I dipped out just a little bit early because, he had plans and he was trying to beat the. Which at this time he didn't know he was gonna have issues with the lights on the trailer, but he still didn't want to be gone all night long picking this stuff up. So we kind of dipped out a couple minutes early to take care of that. But man, it was a really good time, and I look forward to next month's little cruise.
I highly recommend the Drunken Rooster to John. I think he would absolutely love this place.
It's a cool spot, man.
It's actually a really, really cool spot, especially when you consider like Cleora, Oklahoma is it's like 3 seconds long. Like there's nothing there. It's a very, very small town. It's not even what you would actually consider a town. It's more like a village or something like that. Like it's there. There's a school there, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Used to be a place there to get a bomb ass sandwich called the Sugar Shack.
The Sugar Shack has changed names. The Sugar Shack is still there. You have to be.
That building it wasn't much of a building when the Sugar Shack was there. And last time I drove past it, you could see through it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. But it's if you've got to be over 40 to know what the Sugar Shack was or where it's at. But yeah, the Drunken Rooster is probably 2 miles, 3 miles past where the Sugar Shack used to be. Only in Oklahoma are you going to give directions where you say when you get to the Y, you're going to hang a left and go past the Sugar Shack by about 2 miles.
Are you sure 2 or 3 miles an accurate measurement?
You don't know what a mile is, Bo.
Because from that Y you're talking about, it's probably a mile to Drunken Rooster, to the Drunken
Look.
Maybe.
That's a foot, okay? I know how long a mile
says
is.
Says you. And me.
Says a foot. I'm not
right. But no, the cruise. The cruise was awesome. We did get to see a cool Hemi GTX. There was the blue 55 was out there. It's a really cool looking car. Hot Rod Central drove their shop truck out there, which is that panel truck, like 65, I think.
Yeah. Colby's wife drove her Firebird, which is very nice.
That looked like a nice car. I was admiring from afar with the pictures and whatnot. Looked like some really cool stuff. Was it a pretty nice mishmash of folks?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
yeah,
for the very first one, I feel like
obviously you're not going to talk shit on anybody right here. But.
No, I think it was. I mean, it was good. My wife actually texted me, while we were sitting down to eat lunch. She said, "You having a good time?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I really am." She says, "I bet you're the youngest man there, aren't you?" I said,
yeah.
"No, I'm not actually, believe it or not."
Really?
So, no, I wasn't.
Huh.
Colby's son Matthew was there, and he had a couple of buddies that
so somebody brought their kids, and they were younger than you. Sounds about right. Not that I expect you to talk crap on anybody, but I've done stuff like that before. It was like, oh, we're gonna go ride with other motorcycle groups, and it's like, right, you just end up doing old people stuff all day. And
no, these guys
are not old people at this point because I'm barely keeping my eyes open, and it's like 8:30 at night. But
yeah,
but sometimes you get roped into some old people stuff.
Well, it was just a nice cruise, nothing crazy. Yeah. HT was behind me.
And,
and you were behind HT, weren't you?
I was behind HT, yes.
Okay. So there was a couple times in the cruise, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna light him up right here. And I look at my rear view and I see HT in his Corvette, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I'll throw rocks or whatever on his car and I'll feel like a jerk.
So, man,
on the way back, he was behind me, and I turned the corner to leave, and I laid into it pretty good, and he did too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I like doing that, but I'm kind of like you. I'm a little paranoid at times that somebody's going to be behind me and get because you can't control whether there's something debris on the road or whatnot. But it's there's probably, I don't know, because I'm a 12-year-old. There's probably like 3 different times I pulled out of somewhere or turned a corner and just do like a pretty significant roller. we pulled into a flea market, and we're leaving the flea market, and I pulled out and just like put it like 3rd gear. I'm still doing the burn, that kind of deal.
Now's the time.
All these old people at the flea market are going to be so impressed.
They're going to be so impressed.
Well, and HT, I was talking to him while we were at the Drunken Rooster, and he's like, man, if it had been 20 years ago, he said, I probably would have just kicked it down and passed everybody all at once just to see if I could get somebody to do something stupid.
Yeah. I would.
I would still do it right now. If he would have done it, I'd have been right behind.
Yeah.
I actually had a great spot because I could see everybody pretty well from where I was at. Matthew's big tire Chevelle handles those curves a lot better than I thought it was going down through there. He was hanging with us.
Yeah. Well, ain't nobody going fast through those curves.
No, nobody was going.
The panel was in the lead.
I thought it was.
So. What was you guys cruising? 60, 65?
55.
55?
55.
I've been down with some 55 action.
Yeah, 55 to 60 was all the quickest we went.
Yeah.
That's the fastest we went.
Right up my alley.
It was nice, man. Nice, uneventful, stress-free. I got home and my wife was like, man, I wish I'd have been off work and we can all just win as a family. I said, we can go right now. Let's go. Load up. The car's doing good, But, bedlam and all. Sorry, family, bedlam time. So
yeah.
But it was a good cruise, and Darren was in the Oldsmobile. I think it's a 442 convertible.
Yeah.
He was in that car. He took a ton of pictures, and I
got
shared
some good
all
pictures.
of those on our.
One of the pictures that I really like is he got in the middle of the road and he took a picture down looking away from Central, And so there's cars on either side of the road where we're all lined up. And right in the middle of the road is your black marks. I mean,
somebody's alleged
whoever left the black marks.
Yeah.
In their car, they're still there. And you know what? I'll find it and I'll send it to you because it's a good picture.
Oh, I've seen
it's
it.
a great
Did
shot.
Yeah. I like it.
Did you look at the marks and go, I know those?
Yeah, I recognize.
Yeah,
There's
good.
some just like him right in front of the O'Reillys here in town. There's another set just like him right in front of work. Yeah, they're all over the place. I don't know who's doing it.
Yeah.
So we've
Somebody's
spent
got a lot of torque.
We've spent most of this show just talking about the random stuff that we did over the weekend. I talked too long about my truck. The topic we were going to get into was tools you didn't know you need, I believe. Bo, you want to kick that off? What was it we were gonna? What were we going with?
Modifications to cars that drive you crazy, that are unnecessary.
Okay, we can go with that one as well then.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm good.
We're gonna get off topic and talk about something else in 3 minutes anyway.
Yeah. So
can I just address real quick that I've got envy right now because I'm looking at you guys and I see the Nova and I see the Fairlane and then
big old empty garage behind you. Big old nothing.
But mine's sitting on a lift in another shop waiting on a drive shaft, so we're good.
Yeah.
So next week, hopefully, my deal will be right back here.
I can tell you, like the modifications that annoy me the most, and I think this is a product of my old age, maybe, but my middle-agedness is creeping up on me. But we go to like different car cruises and stuff, and these jack wagons that have like no exhaust on their freaking import, and they're just banging it off the rev limiter all the way. Like, we're just gonna cruise along, banging it off the rev limiter. Like, what?
I mean,
why?
I don't have an intelligent response for that. I don't know.
What's up? Like, what are we doing? Like,
it was the natural progression of things. I mean, in all honesty, we're dealing with a culture that's highly influenced by people like Whistling Diesel. And
oh my God. Yeah,
I don't want to talk about
I don't want to talk about Whistling Diesel.
We've had that
exactly.
$1 in the effing square jar every time you bring up Whistling Diesel from now on. $1.
Okay, so I have a question though. That bothers you, it bothers me too, trust me.
Oh my God.
How much worse is that than us? Because I know I've done it, rolling around town open header.
Okay.
That's where I was going with this.
Did you roll around in town on an open header?
I have, yeah.
Hold it to the wood. My car too much to do that. Like,
listen. Do you know what a small block Ford with a big old cam sounds like with open headers? Sounds like a monster truck.
Oh yeah.
So if your car sounds like a monster truck, you're probably going to give it a little extra whop whop whenever you're driving around. So I wouldn't say off the rev limiter, but probably a little excessive. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna at the last cruise I went to had a Volkswagen with the exhaust literally cut out and shoved through the hood. So it was just like a 1 foot exhaust pipe shoved through the hood, holding it off. You just like on the dinger, shooting flames up, rolling down the road. I'm just like, man, this is so annoying. Hey, somebody cool drive by. This guy's over it.
Yeah. Can I guess what yours is?
Please fire away.
Headlights. LED headlights.
Ooh. Headlights would be a good one. The leveling kit that causes the headlights to X-ray your head. Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I like the bright lights personally.
I'm a super big fan of the bright lights. I want the bright lights in my Nova.
And the funny thing is, I've found a way around that. So it ranks right up there with the fact that I enjoy pulling out in front of Teslas because I know they have auto brakes. So I don't care. I just pull out in front of them.
You're a jerk.
It's the same thing with anything made newer than 2017, Ford, Dodge, Chevy. It doesn't matter. I just drive around with my brights on now. I don't care because y'all are blind to me, so I'm gonna blind you. But no, it's that's not my annoying modification. That's a factory thing that has gone awry.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, but again, John's going to accuse me of get off my lawn. When did fender flares equate to horsepower? Because I can't stand the fact that they will put fender flares on anything. Now, there's
hold
nothing
on, stop. Like bushwhacker fender flares, or
yes,
you got to be more specific. I am a fender flare fan, not not bushwhackers.
Okay, but let me put it to you this way: if it's a '69 Camaro and it's hammered, it's sitting on the ground, and it's got the pocket style flares that cover 3/4 of the fender, and the part of the fender that it's not covering is the part where it's kicking all the stuff out anyway. It's the most useless flare known to man, and they still put that on a '69 Camaro. Are you okay with fender flares on a '69 Camaro because they put too big a tire on there?
If the car is squashed out, yes.
I can't do it.
I'm okay with. I've told you guys before. I thought about putting flares on the wagon. I think it would look cool. I like the
if you do, make it a full flare. Don't leave the part off where it actually slings stuff.
I'm more of a full flare kind of guy.
Like mud flaps and all.
No mud flaps, just a flare. Just lower the car more. Put some coils on it, lower it down, full flares.
Get trucker girl mud flaps
on the back.
Got them ordered off the Jungle Web.
But then again, with that being said, guys, I've also talked about lifting the wagon and putting some all terrains on it. So I'm all over the place.
Huh? When we find the right set of 26s to put on it.
Ooh, I don't know if I can do that.
Gross.
I don't mind looking at them. I just don't want it. It's like a Volkswagen for me. I love looking at them. I just don't want it.
Yeah.
Bo, what's one of yours?
I really don't have any that would stand out. I'm just a generic 42-year-old guy that doesn't want to hear unnecessary fart cannons or silly body modifications if it doesn't make sense. I'm with you in the sense that they don't make sense. I understand that. That's a pet peeve, but if it fits the car, if it matches, then cool. Now, if you were to take a stock suspension 69 Camaro and put 3/4 flares on it, that would look dumb, in my opinion. Yeah. Right?
I agree.
That would bother me. But if you got the suspension to back it up and some 12-inch wide wheels, that's probably pretty cool. No,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't really have any lights. I don't like unnecessary lighting on vehicles, like the wheel lights, the string of lights around your wheels. That kind of stuff bothers me. I don't know. I don't care though. To each their own.
Yeah,
it's not going to change my night. I'm not going to drive home mad after I see it, but whatever.
You know what I used to think was horrible that I kind of miss now?
What?
Curb feelers.
I've never hated curb fillers ever.
I used to think, man, I was like, gosh damn, why would somebody do it? Now I'm like, why don't more people do something like that?
Well, I'm okay with curb. I
like you know what would look good with curb feelers? Because you can see it right now.
Wire wheels?
It's white.
My car.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You could put curb feelers on that. Yeah,
I'm not against that.
Curb feelers, lace on top. Yeah.
Oh, let's do some lace, guys.
Yeah. You could curb feeler it, bro.
I probably will, to be honest with you, because I'm at that point with this car. I want this car to look like something that would beach up on a curb sometime in the 60s, and that would have been a big thing then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's start working on the Fairlane then.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm down. I vote for every hour you work on the F-150, you got to work on the Fairlane for 2.
I think what I'm actually I think what I'm actually going to wind up doing is I see a big empty spot right there behind Bo. I'm just going to go drop my car off there.
Whoa, now. Where's the wagon gonna sleep?
Ease up, boys.
Hey, I have my wife convinced that my car's not waterproof, so I got to keep it in here.
Yeah.
So, all
Same.
right. Don't mess this up for me.
here's where I'm at. Like I anytime I get a chance, and I felt really bad today because I didn't go help Bo with his transmission. Anytime I get a chance, I go help I go help you guys whenever I can, so that I can work on a car with people, with good conversation, with a good time, and like I'm just out of the way, and that's like John's out of the way, but we can usually justify going towards John so that we can catch a car show or something like that. Where I'm at is just not it's not in line with anything.
Not trying to interrupt you, but let me just throw this out there today. I love Mike and I love Jimmy. I love hanging out with those guys. I really do. And they helped me so much today, and I'm so grateful for it. But we did not have any like riveting conversation. You can imagine what we talked about most of the day. It was it was good.
I got a pretty good idea what you guys talked about all day. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. The conversation. It is what it is. We made fun of each other a lot, stuff like that. That's how it goes.
You need somebody to motivate you. You need somebody to sit there next to you and go, "Hey, you're just being lazy. Okay, put down the sandwich and go work on the car."
Put down the sandwich. Where did that come from?
Sandwich is fine.
Sandwiches are meant to be.
Yeah, sandwich is good. Put the cookies down.
Put the cookies down. Sorry. I live in a house full of children. I got a lot of Halloween candy. Leave me alone. Yeah. Speaking of Halloween candy,
I have an update.
Who the hell was speaking of Halloween candy?
I have an update on Jungle Fro.
Okay.
I have to go on a diet.
If you didn't listen to last week's episode, you should, number one, go listen to it. Number two, it'll explain what Jungle Fro is. Quick rundown. We came up with an idea last week.
And it was an awesome one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, by we, I mean the Royal Fro. Fro is going to dress up. If you guys if you never heard of a lovely lady named Jungle Pam, look her up. Google Jungle Pam. Okay.
So you'll see Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms lady.
Okay. What was that car, Fro?
The car literally said Jungle Gym on it.
The car literally said Jungle Gym down the side.
Yeah.
And
it was a Nova.
Was it a Nova for sure?
Yeah. Well, okay. One of them was a Nova. It was basically an early funny car, but it was a Nova body.
I don't know if I can do it.
Was the most famous backup girl in the history of backup girls.
Yes.
The end.
So, long story short, Fro is going to be dressing up as Jungle Fro for an event a local event that's coming up that Michael Narks puts on. It's called The Circuit. On the last show, I talked about, I'll call him right now. Okay. I did. I messaged him, sent him my number. Said I have an idea to maybe raise a few more dollars. Literally, my phone was ringing. He called me before I could shut my phone off after sending him in that message. I told him the idea. He loved it. Just loved it. He said, "Yes, we are all in." We are. Make a long story short, one of our really good friends is an amazing artist. I mean, the guy is amazing. He is drawing. He's drawing up some artwork, just a line drawing. We're going to take it to Colby Allen at Allen Sign Studios, also the owner of Hot Rod Central. And Colby's going to work his magic on this. It's going to be a poster. It's going to be a flyer for the circuit event, and with Fro's what are we going to
Jungle
call
is
it? His deal.
likeness of, huh?
Well, yeah, it's going to be about him backing the cars up. Basically,
Yeah.
you're making a donation. Fro's going to back you up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Fro is going to be in full Jungle Pam uniform.
Yeah.
We'll get that nailed down. But here's the deal: we're not going to make him do this all weekend long because it's a 3-day event. We're not going to make him do this, all weekend. So what it is basically, and Mike came up with this right off the top of his head. He said, come Sunday, which will be the last day of the event back at Mocan, we're going to give him like a 2-hour window. For those 2 hours, any racer that wants to donate, have Jungle Fro back him up. I told him, I said, we don't want a single penny out of any of this. We want to donate every bit of the money we raise to the foundation, that the charity that you're doing the event for. We just want to be a part of it. We just want to be involved.
We'll accept beverage donations as well, but pennies all go to the foundation.
So, like I said, well, the first person I went and talked, I called Michael Narks, talked to him. We got the okay. Went straight to Colby Allen. Colby and I talked out the idea for the artwork for the poster. I called Fro, ran it by him, which I had pretty much already made up my mind. That's what we were going to do. Then I called Brady, our friend Brady, who's an amazing artist. Called him. I told him what we're doing. Of course, he loves it. He gets to draw Fro in drag, so he's stoked.
Yeah.
And so, should I share the idea? Should I let him know what it's going to be, or should we want it to be a surprise?
Let's hold off on that. Okay. Let's hold off on that.
And here's the deal. Brady also said he had 3 or 4 more ideas other than the one that Colby and I came up with. So he's going to make 3 or 4 sketches, send them over to me. I'm going to share them with you guys. I'm going to share them with Narks. If everybody's cool with it, then I'll take it over to Colby. He'll do his magic. He'll add colors. He'll add the circuit logo that they're going to use this year. And then Michael Narks is going to do what he's really good at, and he's going to get on social media, and he's going to he's a hustler. The guy hustles. Everybody's going to know about this little thing that's going to happen during the circuit. So hopefully it's all in fun. It's for good fun. I know Fro's kind of nervous about it already. It's a great deal. And like I told Narks, I said, man, hopefully we can raise a little bit of money. And he literally said, Bo, if you guys raise $200, it's a great thing. You know what I mean? What we're doing here. And I said, well, I can do that. I'll donate the first $100 to get it going. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's for fun. It's gonna be whatever. Like I said, it's a way of getting Gearhead perspective involved with a local event, and maybe that will grow. You know, maybe we'll get involved in some other stuff. Not Jungle Fro, but you know,
this is going to be a 1-year only deal.
Yeah.
Or it could be a long-term thing. We don't know.
Or what if you get, someone comes up to you and it's like, man, we love this. We need you at this next event. What are you going to say? And there's money involved. How much money would it take to get Jungle Fro to continue to another event?
Yeah. I'm going to look square at whoever it is. I'm going to look square at them and I'm going to go, listen, I truly appreciate that we were able to do this. I'm really happy that we were able to contribute to a charity.
And you can make any future checks payable to my wife.
And I really think that Bo and John felt really left out at this one. And I think you probably need to go ahead and approach those 2 guys, because one of them is going to jump on this.
Hey, I don't look like the backup girls. Yeah. Okay, I'm out on that.
He says as if I do.
You do. You look like Pam. Okay.
Yeah. There's a resemblance.
There's a crazy likeness between you 2.
Yeah.
I've
seen Fro dressed up as a woman. It's eerily close to him.
I've thought about this quite a bit. This is one of those things that when we said it, like the minute that Bo said it, I went, man, this is going to happen. This sucks. And
I gave you an out.
The more I've thought about it, the more it has occurred to me that I'm going to have to look at this the same way I've looked at it before in the past, as this is a character. This is one of those things that we want to have fun with this. If you've ever met any of the Dragon Drive cats, which John's met all of them, This is these guys are about having fun. These guys are going through a grueling schedule. They are trying to keep their cars running. They are constantly fighting mechanical issues. You're going to see some guys swapping out gears in the parking lot. You're going to see it's a physically demanding thing. It's an emotionally demanding thing. When you get to the point to where you can do something fun like this, these guys do it. These drag and drive guys are the kind of guys that see a phone booth on the side of the road and they say, "I bet we can squeeze 25 people in there." Like that's the way they look at things. So I'm glad I get to be a part of something where everybody's going to get to have fun. Everybody's going to get to have a good laugh. I certainly hope that's exactly what happens. That being said, I happen to know that you did that transmission swap today with Mike and Jimmy. Mike and Jimmy will be there.
Yeah,
it would not it would not surprise me if Jimmy acted like the old ATM and just kept passing 20s through the chain link so that you just keep me up there in the lanes.
Yeah.
I hope that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, not just Jimmy, but I mean, I hope you stay.
I, for one, will be hustling money from anybody in the pits.
Yeah. I hope you're busy nonstop for those 2 hours.
I hope you get wore out for 2 hours.
and that's kind of how I see this. That's kind of how I see this. I figure I'm going to be out there, and I figure John and Bo are going to be walking back and forth in front of the staging lanes, and
I figure I'm probably going to talk to Nars and see if I can grab a microphone and jump in and try to get people up there.
Oh yeah,
and then I can also give them some stats about Jungle Fro.
Yeah,
I'll have a whole bio wrote up.
This is the funny part to me about this entire thing is I've always wanted to be that guy. And we talked about this earlier on in one of our shows. They had tryouts for the host for Midnight Drags in Tulsa. Like, I was really mad that I didn't make it to the tryouts because like that's all we really want to do. And that's why we do this podcast, is because I always wanted to be an announcer for something. So it's at some point, somebody better put me on the microphone as well, because I want to go ahead and drum up some more money for the I believe it's the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter. I'd have to verify that before I say that for certain. But Narks does a great job with that particular charity, and happy to help. It's going to be embarrassing
when they hear Jungle Fro's voice trying to drum up money. I mean, that's a sultry voice. It's very inviting,
like a siren.
How does that feel, baby?
Like people's gonna want to give you money, either to shut up or to do the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. It's for a good cause.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna have a blast. I think as soon as I get past the pre-show jitters, I think everything will be just fine. The first time I ever had to do this, and this was wearing a costume for one of the tournaments, I was in the bathroom for a solid half hour, and people and my boss would come up, knock on the door, and go, "Hey, you need to get out there right now and get on the microphone." I was like, no, okay. This is not, this is embarrassing. This is dumb. This is not happening. Like, I was absolutely froze with fear. And, it's, I think once you get past,
hey, what was your costume that time?
That was a Mother's Day themed tournament.
Oh, so you were a dirty pirate. I about messed up. That's something I should have
said. So I was dressed as a little old lady. We all dressed as little old ladies. I basically looked a lot like the "Where's the Beef" lady from the old Wendy's commercials.
That's not as appealing as a Jungle Fro.
It's funny because I shaved my goatee for that particular tournament, and walked out there, and they're like, "Oh my God, you shaved? Why?" And I was like, I thought we were dressing up like women, and they're like, "Yeah, it's a joke, man. Like don't shave ever again." And that's probably the last time I shaved.
Fro shaved his pits and his legs and everything. He was all in. He really dedicates himself.
Completely hairless, already bald, everything all the way to the toes.
Looking like those most hairless cats at home layers laid back. Gross.
That's a terrible mental picture. Well,
is there any events going on coming up, fellas? Not like we keep talking about this event that's in like April or something.
Yeah, it's in April.
Which, FYI for everybody, sign up for that deal is I think next weekend.
Yep.
The 12th maybe ish.
The 12th is for the people that have been in it last year.
Vegetarians on the 12th. Everybody else on the other day.
Yeah.
The 17th.
I was just about to make a comment of how we have successfully been talking for an hour and 10 minutes now and really haven't talked about anything.
Not a thing.
Yeah. Just talking.
Just
not a thing.
This is like normally we have at least something we talk about for a little while. So this is good.
This is going to be the perfect first video.
Yeah.
Because this is nothing like what's going to happen from here on out.
No.
Yeah.
This is not a representation of what
we're focused.
On a positive, and that's the other thing. On a positive note, we only have to edit out one word.
Yeah.
That'll be a quick edit.
Not bad.
John.
Dude.
So you guys are drag racing guys, so you guys know what's coming up as far as drag racing events, things like that. Of course, that I think Mocan's still got some events going on. Tulsa Raceway Park still has some events going on. I'm the car show guy. So as far as I know, the next big show that's coming up, which will be an indoor show, is the Daryl Starbird Rod and Custom car show over in Tulsa.
That's so far away.
Not for me.
No, like time wise. It's the same length of time for all of us, bro.
I'm trying to find a date for that one. Give me just 1 second. February 16th and 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Yeah, that's a while.
So Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, it's always Valentine's Day weekend.
It's always Valentine's Day.
As far as it's pretty close. It's always in February.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Yep. Always.
Okay.
Did they move it one year?
As far as the drag racing goes, huh?
Didn't they move it 1 year because of the COVID?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, they moved it to August.
yes.
Which was dumb.
Yeah,
Don't ever do that again.
Any of the drag racing stuff at these tracks, they're still going to have testing tunes and fun drags and stuff as long as the weather's decent.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, so
man, it's just so hard to get one in right now. And even when they try, geez, Mother Nature is just a hairy woman. I can't say the other word. Damn. I feel have I talked about how bad I feel for some of these tracks? Like Gateway, Worldwide Technology, they try real hard. They have like Wide Open Wednesday. They try to have this Midnight Madness deal. And these guys, they like put out a thing because they get hammered because of the weather. Like if it rains, nobody talks about how bummer it rained. It's them guys are pieces of crap for not having canceled the event sooner or for having canceled it because of rain. It's like, come on, people, they can't control the weather.
It's the same thing with you can't make everybody happy.
You can't make everybody happy. It's come on. But this time of year, it is hard. Like they're struggling their butts off up here to try to get events in.
Well, I blame the internet for people being so confrontational on the internet.
Yeah.
We talked about this too. More people need slapped in the mouth sometimes.
But that's the thing. Sometimes this is what kills an event. I have been a part of an event at one point where there were literally thousands of people coming in from all different states to work to go to this show. We'll call it a car show, to go to this car show. And 2 days before the car show, there was so much rain that every possible road was flooded coming into town. And if you know Miami, Oklahoma, you know that's April. This happens so often. And the event had to be canceled. Well, the event was canceled the day before the event was supposed to happen. So there were people in town from like Minnesota. There were people in town from Kentucky. There were people who drove a very long way to be a part of this event, and it got canceled the day of. And there was such an uproar because of that it actually killed that event. Like they don't do that event anymore because it was one of those things where everybody was so in-person vocal, not on the internet. Like people walked in and they were mad and they were ready to physically assault people.
Well, that's just silly. That's people not being in the right state of mind or just being jerks.
I agree.
I agree, but that's what you're dealing with. If I was some of these tracks and some of these places where these events are at right now, I'd be like, all right, you guys didn't like it, go on. I'm gonna quit doing it.
Okay, which brings me to my next point. Go to any drag and drive event, and I dare you to find one person that's complaining about any of that stuff.
Yeah,
you won't, because everybody there is happy to be there. They're having a blast, rain or shine, right?
Yeah.
So that's why
I people that are
drag and drive stuff so much, man. It's
the same people that are butthurt about. Oh, they canceled Wednesday night Test and Tune. They canceled Friday night Fun Drags. They canceled. Man, you're mad because they canceled that because it was raining. It was literally pouring sheets of rain and they had to cancel. And you're mad at the track. And now you're mad that the tracks are closing because they don't want to put up with your bitch ass. Come on.
Two.
Sorry.
It's not like the lady at the gate called in sick so nobody could pay to get in. That's
no, it's fancy weather.
You know what they should do? You know what one of these tracks should do? They should have you sign an additional waiver of stupidity and let you go try to make passes. Let you go try to make a pass on that wet track. Go ahead. And then
see how it turns out.
Real quick
we're going to sell extra tickets to watch dumb people do stuff.
I would pay for that, but I would want to pay-per-view, watch it from home so I don't get wet.
Right, 100%.
Or be in the way
racing will pick that up.
Yeah, or I won't be in the way of the ambulances to go get those stupid people off the track.
Right.
You're not wrong.
Nope. Had to get one of those in there.
I was just going to say that was for Britt. It wouldn't be a show without that. There you go, Britt. There's your shot. There's your saying.
But no, the Starbird show is the only show I know of as far as car shows that's coming up. The tracks are still doing they do track things year round as long as the weather holds up. Anything cool, new, and unusual coming up, Bo, that you know of?
I mean, off the top of my head, I'm not really super prepared this evening. If you can't,
there's what's the one coming up at Thunder Valley, Bo?
King of the Open Road.
King of the Open Road, is that the next one?
King of the Open Road. I think it's like the 17th, maybe the 18th
of
November.
No. They're doing Thunder Valley, Ennis, Texas, and back to Thunder Valley, I believe.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I know there's something coming up to that extent. But while you guys are looking at that,
sorry, yeah,
this is the week, and I'll date the show because I don't care. This is the first weekend after SEMA. I don't know if anybody saw anything cool online. There's been a lot of pictures coming out of SEMA, a lot of really cool stuff. We finally got to see the car that Tim was talking about on the episode he was on. Tim is from Aces EFI. They had a 69 Camaro in their booth called the War Machine. It was actually a really cool looking car, but I think it was a fender flare car. I can't remember. But
I hope it was.
It was a cool looking car. I don't care.
Good.
If it was, it was. But you guys seen anything cool coming out of SEMA? I know there was a new product that came out from Holly that I don't know how it works, but it's a gas gauge. It's a fuel gauge that basically uses like some type of modified sonar technology.
Sonar, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't even have a sending unit that goes down into the fuel. Your sending unit bolts to the top of the tank and reads the level of fuel.
Yes, I've read about it.
Huh.
Yeah.
November 17th, 18th, and 19th.
It's
King of
where?
the Open Road. King of the Open Road, 17th, 18th, and 19th of November.
Where at?
It starts at Thunder Valley, then Enos, just like you said, I think.
Really? That's what I thought.
Texas Motorplex. And yeah.
Okay.
Enos.
10-4. That's fancy. Do that. Everybody but me.
Yeah. Not you?
No.
I might.
Do it.
I might. Why not?
Oh,
There's
the
no
next big
reason.
show. Next big show that's coming up. Sorry, I didn't even think about it. Next big show that's coming up that we may try to make it to is PRI.
Really?
Oh, man. I want to go to PRI so bad.
So do
Me
I.
too. I just want to go look at hot rod parts.
Yeah, I
Let's
just wanna
find a
go.
way.
Like spend a whole 2 days walking around looking at hot rod parts.
Yeah.
All right. So
A
because
really good pause.
I'm thinking. I want to go. I want to do King of the Open Road now real bad.
Yeah. And PRI.
And PRI.
Yeah. I want to do King of the Open Road and PRI too, but I don't exactly have the budget for that.
Well, I didn't do race week this year like you did. So
No,
I can probably swing the King of the Open Road. And especially everything's going to be good to go.
Yeah.
I got no excuses. No mo.
Yeah. You're going to be in it to win it.
That's right.
Down.
So we've made it through this whole show by being car oriented, which is something we don't always do. So let's go ahead and screw that up. Bo, who won the Bedlam game?
What's that?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma won.
I think Oklahoma State.
Hey, and good for them. They won the last Bedlam game. Good for them. And I'm glad all the Oklahoma State fans are, doing what they do and, trying to rub it in. But I seen somebody else post. They, when you lose 91-19 and then you act like that because you're the last one to score, that's kind of what it's like. Because that's the record, 91-19, I think.
Good God.
So, yeah, they scored the last points. But did they win the game? Did they win the overall series? Not even close. So, but good for them. I'm not anti-Oklahoma State, guys. I root for them when they're not playing OU. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those Oklahoma fans that roots against Oklahoma State. I'm fine with those guys. Good for them. As a guy that my oldest son went to school with plays for Oklahoma State, and he's a great kid. And he's a sophomore this year, and he's not on the field yet, but he's on the sidelines. I see him every once in a while. So it's fun to watch just for that.
So there's your short view into the head of a college football fan.
Yeah, very short view.
Anything else you guys want to throw on here before we wrap this up? Everybody get your 20s out and get ready for Jungle Fro because apparently it's happening.
Well, I'm excited about the artwork. It's going to be coming out hopefully soon. Brady said it's going to take him a couple weeks probably to come up with it. What else? This, I think this is going to be on YouTube. I think this is going to be our very first podcast to go on YouTube. the goal after this was we're going to start putting our older episodes. We're going to create some kind of slideshow and put the audio with the slideshow and start posting those on YouTube also. So if
That may take a minute.
if you're so inclined to go back and listen to from the beginning, you can see, the progression between us and what we talk about. It's actually pretty funny. When I go back and go listen to some of our shows, and I'm kind of partial to it, obviously, right? But it's I don't know. I dig it.
Well, and if this is going to be our first video, then let's at least kind of let people know. Right now, we have, I believe it's 37 episodes that are out on wherever you get your audio.
Spotify,
podcast.
Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can get it.
Yeah.
We are over 2,000 plays on those. Feel free to go back if you're driving down the road and listen to some of those. They've been fun, and this whole process has been fun, and that's why we are where we are as far as trying to figure out how to put this on video. We look forward to this. We enjoy this. We have a good time with it.
Also, we are, now that we have the remote capabilities like we've discussed in the past shows, we're all in different states right now. We can bring in some guests we've been wanting to bring in and now have them on the show comfortably without travel. And which some of these people I would like to go hang out with and actually do this in person. But, for time being, for now, we do have plans on having some guests on here too. It's not just going to be us talking our crappy opinions on everything every week, but so we will be bringing some people on. We've got a handful of really interesting folks that will be fun to listen to.
Absolutely.
So go to if you're listening to the audio version of this, because I will take the audio and turn that into the audio version of what we normally put out. Go to YouTube, check out the video, take a look at what us morons look like, and like how we continue to do this from day to day.
But
I think that's it. I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up, put a bow on it. We're of course a half hour past where I wanted to be, but that's great because when I edit it down, it comes down to about an hour.
You're not going to edit this.
Yeah.
You're going to edit 2 words out of it, and that's it.
I'm going to edit the audio. I don't know how to edit the video. I don't know what to do with the video.
Yeah. All right.
We'll figure that out.
Let it roll.
We'll figure that out later.
Yep.
As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
See you.
I love everybody.
Maybe if I can stop this recording.
Push stop.